Welcome to Embarrassing Moments in Graphic Design. On the first day of every academic year, I tell my students what a terrible graphic designer student I was. As a senior in high school, I was a fine arts major. My art teacher and my mother had to break it to me together that I should pursue a career in graphic design. My heart sank. What's graphic design? I attended community college in Poughkeepsie, and I was such a bad student that I flunked out of my first semester. I didn't even bother to withdraw. I just got all F's. 5. Then I showed them a slide of my transcript from the fall of 1990. F, 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 F. This is not the embarrassing part of the story. Well, maybe just a little. After a couple of years in food service jobs and a short gig as a janitor at a Marshall's, I decided I should give higher education another chance. This time I was ready, and I showed up and did all the work and rescued my GPA by retaking those failed classes. By the end of my second semester, I had 3.89. At the time, my art history teacher was also my photography teacher. I loved both of these classes that she taught, and I probably had a crush on her. So when she invited the whole class to an art opening she was going to be part of in Alphabet City, I planned on going, figuring I would see some of my classmates there as well. I asked my friend Casey to come with me because I probably had a crush on her too. I think I had a crush on everyone in my early 20s. It was 1993, and after we found parking, I realized we were in a part of the city that I did not feel comfortable in. As we walked down the street, the hair on the back of my neck bristled with fear. Casey grabbed my hand and hung onto my arm at the same time. I held on in return. We did it out of alarm, like two Dorothys, unsure of where we had just landed. It was not a crush moment. Finally, we found the address, and it was not a gallery, but an apartment building. We walked up 4 flights of stairs to a door propped open with a big trash can full of ice and beer. Unsure if this was the place due to lack of signage, we grabbed a beer and walked in anyway. The apartment was empty, except for all the art hanging on the white walls. I saw my teacher talking to someone at the end. Well, at least we're in the right place. I'll say hi to her later. It'll give me some time to recover from my anxiety. After 45 minutes, we had finished milking our beers and finished looking. I hadn't seen any of my classmates, and I never made eye contact with my teacher, who was always talking to someone else. Casey and I left holding hands in fear again and made our way to a more familiar part of Manhattan to eat at a diner. It did seem like she recognized you, Casey said. Probably not. She seemed, pretty busy. The following Tuesday morning, in art history class, the teacher started with Albert Dürer and then went on a tangent about our art opening and how great it was. She looked at me and said, "Jason, I saw you were there, and I didn't even say hi." She said it in front of everyone who didn't attend, as if it was part of the lecture. Now the whole class knew I was an ass kisser, and that I got ignored for it on top of that. I blushed, and I looked down, pretending to write notes about nothing. Ugh! Anyway, it's okay to be a teacher's pet. Just don't put yourself in danger for it. Well, thanks for joining me for another episode of Embarrassing Moments in Graphic Design. And remember, design is serious, but life is not. I think I need thicker black frames.
I think you need a stable backdrop.